is Hank done with dating forever now?
Well, you know, Billie Holiday says you don't know what love is until you've learned the meaning of the blues. So, you know, now I've had the blues. Let me see if I can get back to the loving. But no, I mean, I'm sure there's another Eveline out there for me somewhere. So.
I think I speak for the fans as we're all yelling, "No, she's bad news! Stay away from her! Stay away from her!"
Pay no attention to that woman behind under the sheets.
So, what's coming up for Hank in this?
You know, I think it's just, you know, again, more of the same. You know, being on the case and being sort of Nick's Man Friday.
But Nick is gonna obviously has a strained rapport with Renard. Is that also gonna cross over to Hank?
Yeah, I think you know they're at such odds. You know, I mean, just how we left it from season 5 at the end of season 5, them really being entangled and fighting and whatnot. And I think Hank has to figure out the best way to be of service to you know to Nick and you know sort of defeat you know what foes come up. For them. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
So one of the more complicated elements of the show is who knows what at what time, especially from an acting standpoint. So like for you and your shaping of your character, like how do you mentally like get in your role of, okay, I know this as a human being, but as the character I don't, whether the person I'm working with in this scene doesn't. How do you do that?
No, it's a delicate balance, you know, as an actor. I think you just have to, you know, sort of suspend, just allow things to sort of happen. I mean, what I kind of do is I call each script a breadcrumb, you know what I mean? And so I just sort of, I think, especially Hank, never is a character that knows too much at any given time. So I always sort of play it as if Hank's kind of always in the dark and everything's a surprise, so it makes it a lot more fun for Russell, the actor, sort of for things to be, you know, a surprise, and then he's always sort of being filled in as each episode goes along.
Seems like the police station is going to be a lot different now. You know, we're not sure how it's going to shake out, but we don't have the captain there anymore.
Well, we don't have the captain, and I think there's a question of how much longer will Nick and or Hank sort of be on the force, I think, you know what I mean? You know, the other thing that's sort of coming is, you know, Portland's become a dangerous place for everybody. And so I think it's the question, well, how long will they be on the force, and then how long will they remain in Portland? You know, I think that question will come up for, both those questions will come up for both of them. You know, because I think they're being compromised in a lot of ways.
How do you think the fact that you guys have 13 episodes to focus on this time, how's that going to affect the storyline, the storytelling?
We'll have to be expedited. I think, yeah, just a lot more, you know, in a smaller number of episodes. But you know, the thing is, I think we'll get a little. I don't know. I don't think that'll be the end. You know, we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But you know, the creators, I think they have a lot of tricks up their sleeve as to what they want to do and how they want to potentially end the series. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know. There's a lot of work ahead of us, so you know, it's like what did they say at the end? It was season 5 was at the beginning of the end. You know, sort of but we just know it's the end of the beginning. So we'll see what happens.
So how are the nation's events and attitude affecting how you approach the role?
They don't. You know, I think that's something that as an actor, you know, as a socially conscious human being, you sort of just keep with you. You know, and you're just aware of, but it's not something that Hank can comment on because it's not in the script. You know, I think you'd be trying to put a square peg into a round hole if you did that, and it would sort of make things a little uneven. You know what I mean? So we are in a. I mean, I don't really think the show is really taking on sort of present day issues, so to speak. You know what I mean? We sort of dealt with elements of the past, but you know, it's a show of make-believe.